Hello everyone, this is the SPX Outlook for the fourth week of November, and it's a bit boring, so I think there's no reason to babble for too long. It's just going to be pretty straightforward. As you can see on this 4-hour chart, the market has tried to really aim higher and bumped very strongly on that resistance level, which I've mentioned for a long time. There was an attempt to reject it down to 30.90, and overall it's congested, directionless, and we wonder where it should go next. It would make sense to see some consolidation, and of course market would need some trigger. It could be taking profits because it's been an overall very good year on SPX and most markets. It could be anything, and the profit taken, considering that there's usually an end of the year rally, lower volumes. It may wait until January before something more significant happens. Also, after this bull run for the last month and a half, and we're talking about a good 200 and some points, it's the resilience level now is around 30.60, and we will see that on the 1-hour chart. This level 30.50, 30.46 as being a pivot level for in lower time frames. Of course, when the market is so trending, we should not be too sensitive to short time frames, which can look more hesitant and chaotic. So yes, this is a bull trend, and nothing will really happen until these levels are broken, basically the recent lows, and the really significant support level will be around 30.60 or 30.50 to 30.60. On this 1-hour chart, we see, and again, this is a strong resistance, which is even reinforced by being the same on all time frames. So 31.25 is pretty strong. What I didn't show on the 4-hour chart just now is that if it breaks, there is a fib expansion target around 31.90. So we can think, because sometimes when the market is hesitant and you anticipate a sharper move either way, it could be 31.20 to or 30 to 31.90, about 60 points or 2%. So we should not be surprised if there's an attempt to really expand this very tight range and move sharply, even if it's only about 2%. And on the 31.20, if you take out about 60 points, you get to that 30.50, 30.60 area. So I would suspect that on any major event there could be a toss of a coin to determine something, but it may not be stable. There should be a quick reversal to the mean right after that. Let's go back to the 4-hour for a minute. In terms of channel, we see that during the course of the week, I did not put too much emphasis about the channel breakout. It looks like it's more a expansion of the channel. That's why I drew this line here. But that said, was mentioning the necessity for a trigger point, and this triangle pattern or pennant is actually generally it points higher, but I would be careful if it doesn't to actually look at this channel boundary as a true breakout event. Now, of course, most of us options traders need a longer time frame, and the picture is exactly the same here. Again, let me reiterate that this is a very strong resistance level. In terms of signal, here we see a good sell signal, and the last one we had was there. The last one we had was there, even though it didn't happen right away. So this is a valid one. I would be inclined, and if we look at the 4-hour which is of course a little bit more messy, and this signal should be taken in a multi-time frame environment. But here as well we have a sell signal. So my bias would be that there could be at least a temporary sudden test to go and see where buyers are going to come back. Of course, I would like to see markets dipping a bit lower, around the low 30, after 3060. I mean, the true support level, and actually the first salient fib level is around 3020, which would be a test of former resistance for support. So there will be a need somewhere at some point, and it can happen in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I need to go and test the water down here. I'm not saying it's going to be easy to trade for those who are directional traders, and for non-directional traders like Rhino traders, I would say that there's no worry whatsoever, because the chance of going back to this pivot level or lower is truly minimal. Okay, I said I would keep it short and I didn't, so that's it for now, and I will post another video on the Rhino. It will be a public video again. There's not much confidential that would warrant keeping it unlisted for Rhino subscribers. So, and if you have any question about the Rhino, because I see that these videos get more exposure, and I appreciate that. So if you have any questions, just send a comment below or send me an email. And there's also on this YouTube page a discussion tab where you can post questions. Okay, thanks for watching and have a great weekend. Bye for now.